My name is Joyce Fields, and welcome to my live. I do these YouTube lives 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time, and it's a 90-minute live. I am a TikTok live veteran, and I have done over 500 TikTok lives. Good morning, Shells. And I really love doing these lives because I get so many really dynamite comments and compliments that the advice that I share is helping people. So, and oh, thank you, Mr. Ferdy. Spread the word. I want everybody to spread the word because the advice that I share, my whole goal is for people to want to do things to make the world a better place. And I'll get more into what I do. But my name is Joyce Fields, and I am 81 years old, or 81 years wiser. And I love doing these lives. Like I said, I've done over 500 TikTok lives, but TikTok changed their community guidelines, violations, rules, and they increased their price for subscribing. And so I left. I thought that the new guidelines were too restrictive, you know. I think they bordered on restricting freedom of speech. So you got to say something instead of something, you know. So, no. That's why I came over to YouTube. Like I said, I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th, and I did my very first YouTube live. The way the universe worked it out was really, really, I don't know, it just perfectly matched. So I did my first YouTube live the following Monday, September 1st. So that is, I love that. I love signs, you know, I believe in that. So now I share 4 pillars of advice. Now, these pieces or pillars of advice, I live by the advice that I share with y'all. Like I said, I'm 81 years old. I have been living by using my own advice since I was about 10 years old, and that is a long time. So I know that the advice that I share works. It works for me, and it can work for anybody that chooses to make it work for them. And what I want y'all to realize is that if we all do something to help make this world a better place, and the advice that I share will help y'all to do that. I have been given this gift by God or the universe or whatever you call your higher power. Thanks, Jabesky or Jabsky, okay? And all of us are given gifts. Now, if you don't know what your gift is, it's typically going to be something that you do well and something that you enjoy. So that is typically going to be your gift. And some of us are given more than one gift. And one of my gifts is the gift of being able to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, and all kinds of stuff. I can use words that come out of my mouth in combination with, I do these helpful hand visuals. And I call them helpful hand visuals because one of my TikTok lives this year, one of my viewers, her name's Jessie Knott, and she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. Now, she was talking about the gestures that I do with my hands, along with the words that are coming out of my mouth. This is my gift. one of the gifts that I was given. And it communicates stuff from my mind to y'all's mind. Okay? So now a lot of y'all may be sitting there saying, yeah, right, okay. I understand that. But I do these helpful hand visuals throughout my lives. There are 4 pillars that I'm going to talk about, and I'll tell you what they are. Excuse me. It's very easy to follow along with the lives that I do. So, like I said, the Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals. I don't make them up. Spirit gives them to me. And when I start doing them, y'all will understand. Now, the very first one that I do, and I'll get to it in a few seconds, okay? The very first one that I do really kind of shakes people up, and it shakes me up too, because I don't make them up. The Spirit gives them to me. So I got a lot, so I'm sifting through to see which piece I'm going to present to y'all next, okay? So just bear with me. Sometimes I sort through. I do 90 minutes, and I really could do a whole lot longer. I have so much advice to share with y'all. And the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Undifficult Your Life. A lot of y'all are doing things that make your lives a lot more difficult than they need to be. So, so the advice that I share will help y'all to undifficult your life. Now, I share 4 pillars of advice. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that during this live, okay? Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Yes, I am an author. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that, but I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, I'll get into my books a little bit later. If you're raising toddlers, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3 is stay calm. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose power when you become angry. And the helpful hand visual that I do in pillar number 3, Spirit came to me and Spirit gives me all of the helpful hand visuals that I do. But for the pillar number 3, stay calm, I was talking about anger versus calm. And when you see that helpful hand visual, when I did it the first time, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. And I did it for my man. My man's name is Pap, P-A-P. His real name is Fred. And we've been together for 68 years. Yeah, you heard that correctly. We've been together for 68 years. And he's the reason why I call them pillars of advice. I used to call them pieces of advice. And so he said they're stronger than pieces, it's pillars. So he's the one that, and like I said, his name is Pap and P-A-P. His real name is Fred. We've been together for 68 years. We've been married. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. And so we've been together for 68 years since we were both 13 years old, okay? So I'm gonna show y'all 2 pictures. This is 1969. We were 25 years old on this picture. Okay. Yep, 1969. Now, this picture is our 57th wedding anniversary, and we're both 80 years old. So this is last year. There's that one. Pap and Joyce, 80 years old. Okay. Now here is, so see the passage of time. At the top, we're 25 years old. At the bottom, we're 80 years old. I love these pictures. And it blows my mind too, y'all. It really does. It blows my mind that I've been with this man for 68 years, over half of my life. Woo. I don't have any regrets. I have experiences. So back to pillar number 3. I was telling y'all that I did the helpful hand visual for Pap, and it blew his mind. It blows my mind too, but you'll see when I get there. And it sticks. It usually sticks with a lot of people. So now, pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Okay? So, now, pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Yeah, thanks, Kira. It blows my mind, too. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to ask you a question. Now, when I ask y'all questions, I really would appreciate it if y'all would be quick to respond, because I got 90 minutes here, and I got a whole lot of advice to share with y'all to make it a lot easier on your path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. So here's a question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? There are only 2, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. 2. Now, some people will argue with me and say that there's 3. There's a neutral. No, you're not a vehicle. So there's no such thing as a neutral attitude. You're either going to lean towards the negative or towards the positive. Okay, so now when I get through with pillar number 1, you're going to learn why you should plant yourself in the positive attitude. Now, come on, back to my question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude? That's it. There is not a third one, okay? Like I said, you are not a vehicle. You don't have a neutral. Neutral means you can't move forward, you can't move back. So, and no kind of way, sideways and all of that. You are a human being. You are either going to lean one way or the other. No such thing as neutral, okay? So now, give me some answers. Right on, okay, there. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? A negative attitude or a positive attitude? Give me some responses, y'all. Come on, give me some responses. Do you consciously think about that? YouTube says I have 91 people on here, so give me some responses. Come on, do you consciously think about that? Ah, good. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's wonderful. All right, now here is, y'all gonna love this. Here is what I have observed in my 81 years. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. Nope. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. Here's what happens. If you do not choose to have a positive attitude, and you must choose to have a positive attitude, it ain't gonna come and sit in your lap. You must choose to have a positive attitude. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. It's like it's a default, y'all. It's like it's a default. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. Okay? So now, here is the way you choose to have a positive attitude. You write a program. How do you write a program? You write a program by saying it out loud. And here is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Share the live, y'all, because I would love for more people to hear the advice that I share. The advice that I share truly will help you to undifficult your life. It helps me to undifficult man, so I know what I'm talking about, okay? Yeah, so if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative one. And the way you choose is to say it out loud. Write a program and say it out loud. Say all your programs out loud. And I'm going to be covering a lot of that in this live. Say all your programs out loud. And this is the program that you say out loud when you want to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, I want to alert y'all to this fact right here. My moderators are really on top of this. If you put in comments that are ridiculous, they will be deleted. Sometimes I will even delete them, okay? So if you put in comments that are ridiculous and have nothing to do with the advice that I'm sharing, if you put in comments about Jesus or the Bible, if you put in comments about political BS, they will be deleted. No Jesus, Bible, no religion or politics are tolerated in my live. If that's what you want to do, either you go to another person's live that's doing that, or you set up your own. So you're not welcome here. Those comments are not welcome here. You are welcome here, but those comments are not welcome here. Okay, you are very welcome here. But I don't want religious comments or political comments. Nothing about the Bible and nothing about Jesus. None of that stuff. I have no use for either one. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. So there. Okay, now, I want to address trolls. If you are thinking about trolling this live, either you will be removed or you will be made, if you're going to be listening to it, you can listen. So you'll be hidden. So I don't know, I'm 81 years old. I don't know all the terminology for this mess. I know how to do a live though, okay? So, but now, if you're thinking about trolling this live, don't do it because it's not worth it. Trolling me does not bother me at all. It shows you what a jerk it shows everybody what a jerk you are, hiding behind that username, So you still know who you are. And a troll is a very pathetic person. So do you want to be a pathetic person? So stop trolling. I've had trolls apologize to me, okay? So if you're thinking about trolling this live, don't do it. You're wasting your time. It doesn't bother me. It shows you to be the jerk that you are, okay? So think about it. Grow up. All right. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, so now look, I look up here. I'm talking, and I see the comments as they're rolling in. They're literally rolling in. I see the comments as they're rolling in, but every once in a while, I'll look down and read some of the comments. Somebody said, "Get him, Granny." And say, "Old school." Hell yeah, I'm old school. That's the best school, honey. Let me tell you something. Oh, I'm going to be sharing advice with y'all. It comes from the old school, but it is tried and true. You tried, and you'll see how true it is, okay? So, no, I address trolls because I just want them to know that they're wasting their time. It doesn't bother me. It just reflects on them. So, and no trolls, no religious mess, and no politics mess, okay? So, now if you're thinking about trolling, think about it again and don't do it. Straighten up and fly right, okay? All right, now, 2 attitudes that you can have. Here's what you say when you want to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here's the program that you write and that you say out loud. From now on, yeah, Shirley. Shirley said, please, back to your advice. Okay. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Share the live, y'all, because I want to be able to, I want to be able to, Shirley tickled me, Shells. I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. YouTube says I have 108 people on here. If y'all share it, then I'll end up with more. It's not a guarantee. It just opens up the possibility. That's all it does. And that's all I'm asking y'all for. Share it and let the possibilities open up. Oh, thank you, Vlad. I appreciate that. So, now, when you write that program, see, I remember where I was. When you write that program, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you write that program, all kinds of things, good things, start happening to you. You put your feet on, and I'm going to give you even more advice about how you do it. I'm going to, just plant the seeds and then I'm going to water them for you and all of that. And then so you can choose to have a positive attitude at any minute in your life. The program says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means from this point forward. So tell all the people in your life, don't be throwing up the fact that I had a negative attitude yesterday and all the days before then. Or don't talk to me about no negative attitude that I used to have. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. No, it doesn't. All you do is practice, and one day goes into the next. You don't think about it takes years. You think about it, it's one day at a time. Okay? So, I learned this a long time ago. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You see? So don't talk about years. Don't forget, years are made up of days. Years are made up of months, weeks, all of that. Go all the way back to seconds, okay? So now, you write that program, and I'm going to give you a lot more advice on all of this stuff that I'm going to equip y'all well, okay? So now share this live because I want to be able to, yeah, that's right. I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. As a live creator, my mission statement is, I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And as an author, my mission statement is, I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And the 4 pillars of advice that I share, I'm going to cover them again right now, will help y'all to make the world a better place. Pillar number 1, don't you think that if more people developed and maintained a positive attitude, that the world would be a better place? I think so. That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2 is increase your level of patience. Don't you think that if more people increased their levels of patience, that the world would be a better place? Yes. Okay. Then pillar number 3 is stay calm. Don't you think that if more people stayed calm, the world would be a better place? Yes. And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words, and I'm not telling you the 4 words yet, but believe me, when you hear them, you will understand that hearing them and saying them, the world would be a better place, would make the world a better place. So the 4 pillars, y'all, do that. So, um, so now that's pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. You can choose, and it's not going to come and sit in your lap. You can choose to have a positive attitude any minute in your life. It's a choice, y'all. It's a choice. Okay? So, I'm going to show you, I'm getting ready to do my first helpful hand visual. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Okay? On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Share the live, y'all, and it's free to subscribe too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Here's what a negative attitude looks like. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, this is a helpful hand visual, y'all. What my hands are doing is symbolizing all the positive elements that are constantly flying through the universe at all times. These are positive elements, y'all, flying through the universe at all times. They always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see that? These are positive elements flying over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. When you write your program and you say it out loud, here's what you write, here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you say those words, here is what happens. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you. 1, 2, 3. Look, you see, what was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Okay? You see that? Did I communicate that helpful hand visual effectively? Did I get through to y'all? Come on, give me some responses. Did y'all get the point that I was making? That when you say out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raise your vibration, y'all. You raise your frequency. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I got a lot of yeses. Let me tell you, that I'm going to give y'all some bomb advice. So this is really good. I live it and I know it, and it's not difficult. Okay? Wonderful. Yes. Yeah, see, now y'all are saying that. Good. Okay. Now, I don't believe in that. I use that word happiness, but, I prefer peaceful. Everybody knows what that is. So, developing and maintaining a positive attitude is a choice. When you do that, when you make that choice, when you say those words, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining it is a lifelong process, but it's so much fun. And maintaining a positive attitude, it's like a positive attitude takes a physical form. I'm doing another helpful hand visual, y'all. It's like a plug in your hand. It's like, that's what a positive attitude is. It's like a plug in your hand. And you plug it in to your spirit. You plug it into your soul. And it electrifies you. You hear me? It electrifies you. It kicks you into becoming more of a vibrant part of your own life. And I hope y'all understand that. It just electrifies you. A positive attitude electrifies you, you know? So, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now, I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But like I just told you, if you do have a negative attitude, if a lot of these words fit your personality, these are words that describe personality characteristics or traits or whatever. So, but you have the choice. If you are, excuse me, if you possess a lot of these characteristics, you can choose to unpossess them. You make that choice. Now, here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and resentment, or not resentment, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are angry, who are full of anger? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. Resentment or holding grudges. Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who's full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. I'm going to move on, but I'm coming back to resentment and holding grudges. Lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie, people who are dishonest? Are you the one who is the liar, who is dishonest? That is negative too. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you know people who are full of resentment, better yet, if you are full of resentment, if you hold grudges against other people, I'm going to tell you something that you probably never heard before. You are living in the past. You are living in the past. Because you're holding on to something that happened, past tense. There is nothing that the people who did it to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. You must forgive them. You absolutely must forgive them in order for you to go on to a healthy road in the rest of your life. You must forgive them. It doesn't matter who it was or what they did. You can't quantify it. You must forgive is forgive. Doesn't matter who it was or what they did, you must forgive them. And I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes. Now, when you forgive, it doesn't mean you welcome them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But I'm going to tell you why you must forgive. Because you are creating an internal, invisible burden on your cells. Oh, thank you. On your cells, on your blood, on everything. I recycle my frames. These frames are over 30 years old, y'all. I get a lot of compliments on them, but they're over 30 years old. So when you hold on to grudges, you are holding an invisible internal burden that does damage to your spirit, to your soul, to your blood, to your organs, everything, your entire being. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it. When you are holding on to all of these ugly things, especially the resentment and the unforgiveness and grudges, those are things that I call the uglies. And the uglies only damage the person who holds on to them. They're working on your very fiber. Now, if you open your eyes and look around you at people who you know are holding on to unforgiveness, are holding resentment, and holding grudges against other people, look around you, and it might be you. They are on pharmaceutical medications, a lot of them. They're suffering from failing health, a lot of them. And they're not aging gracefully. They're not aging well, okay? That is what holding on to unforgiveness, holding on to resentment, and holding grudges against other people, that is what it can do to you, the one who holds on to it. You understand that? Doesn't it make sense? It really does make sense. If you think about it, it doesn't pay you to hold on to unforgiveness, resentment, and holding grudges because it's damaging you. It's putting you, or it's possible, it can put you in bad health. Just leave it like that. It can do that to you. So you look around you at people who are sickly and all of that stuff, they might be holding on to grudges and resentment and unforgiveness and all that stuff. You see, you never know. But don't let it be you. Okay, so now I'm telling you, and I'm going to give you a whole lot of advice on how you do these things, okay? I'm not just going to say it and then leave you to figure it out. I'm going to give you the blueprint, okay? So now, I'm rewinding. I got to make sure that I'm covering what I want to cover. You must forgive. It doesn't matter who it is or what they did. Now, I'm 81 years old, and when I was a kid, there was no such thing as text message, email, or video call. No such thing. You can use any of those technologies to forgive the people who did that to you. So, you see, you can forgive them with any of those technologies. And like I said, forgive does not mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But that's a wonderful thing if everybody agrees to do that. Okay. So you must forgive. And if you don't want to have anything else to do with them, you don't want to send them a text message, you don't want to do an email, nothing, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Come on, y'all, share the live. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people to help make the world a better place. And the advice that I share will do just that. Positive attitude, okay? So, where was I? Oh, yeah, you can forgive. Saying it out loud to the universe. God or the universe or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you. Yeah, right? You may not have thought about that. But yes, God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, was there when the mess happened to you. When you say it out loud to the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, I always use the word universe, you'll see in a minute. It knows what you're talking about. So here's what you say out loud to the universe, or whatever you call your higher power. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Okay, I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. And use your hand the way I use mine. And it symbolizes your touching spirit or you're touching the universe, you see? So now, I'm going to give y'all 4 examples of, thank you, Jane, what has happened on my lives this year and on my TikTok lives. I've only been doing YouTube lives since September 1st. So I am a TikTok live veteran. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. So I love doing these lives because I share the advice that I've gained in my 81 years of living. And so now back to the 4 examples. Example number 1, she said, I forgave my dad like that. Oh, wait a minute. I jumped ahead of myself. I want to ask y'all this. Okay, I want to ask y'all this. When I said the universe sees, was there? Okay, so now I want to ask this question of y'all, and I do this every live that I do. Do you realize that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now? Okay? So come on, give me some responses. Do you understand that now? And when I said that, did it bring it more to the forefront of your mind that now you will start to think more carefully about what you do, say, and think? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Oh, good. See, absolutely. It blows my mind how many people I get to say yes. Yeah, see, look. Ah, okay, that's great. Wonderful. See, the higher power sees everything we do, hears everything we say, and reads our thoughts. So, therefore, that's why I live my life by the golden rule. I'm going to tell y'all right now. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? That's what, I don't do anything to anybody that I wouldn't want done to me. I don't say anything to anybody that I wouldn't want said to me. It's just that simple, y'all. If more people would live their lives by the golden rule, it would not only please God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, it would please you too. Okay? For real. So live your life by the golden rule. Stop treating people the way you would not want to be treated. Stop saying things to people the way the things you would not want to be said to you. It's just that simple. If more of us would do that, the world would be a better place. And then if more of us would implement these 4 pillars, the world would be a better place. So now back to, I keep track of where I am a lot of times, so that's good. I'm 81, so I sniff rosemary all day long. The herb. It supposedly it helps with to ward off dementia. So I think it's working in my case. So I sniff rosemary all day long. Okay. So now, when you forgive, when you said example number 1, that's where I was. She said, I forgave my dad that way, and I immediately burst into tears. Oh, thank you. The second young lady said, I forgave myself that way. And you can forgive yourself, for real. You can do that too. The universe knows what you did or said. It knew when you did it, okay? So you can forgive yourself. She said, I forgave myself, and I immediately burst into tears. Okay? The third one was a young man, and he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit move or shift, is what he said, okay? Yeah, you should be smelling it. So that's 3. I'm going to give y'all 4 examples. Now, the reason why those 2 young ladies burst into tears and the young man felt his spirit shift is because, like I was telling y'all, when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to resentment and grudges and all of that, it creates that burden, that pressure in your spirit, in your soul, okay, in your whole being. And it's what the Shelster calls a pressure release valve. When you forgive, it goes psst, and that is why you feel lighter and free. Thank you, Judge Jassy. Yo, Jackie, yes, yes, you do. So that is why. So true, for real. That is why they burst into tears. They didn't even know they were carrying the burden. That's why he felt his spirit shift. He didn't even know he was carrying the burden. So release that pressure. Like the Shelster says, that's that pressure release valve, okay? So now, the fourth one, the example, is a lady by the name of Patricia. Now, Patricia had been watching my lives, and come on, y'all, share the live. I still have quite a bit of time left, because only resentment towards them. No, everybody should be forgiven. I don't even know. See, that's what's wrong with the way some of y'all think. You want to separate out people. You have to forgive. Everybody is worth forgiving because the person who forgives that's the one that benefits. They don't even have to know you forgave them. You understand? You say it out loud to the universe. They don't even have to know you forgave them. But you are doing yourself a disservice, honey, by holding on to it. Some people say they can't forgive. Oh, yeah, you can. You choose not to. So, and hopefully you won't get to the point where you're going into bad health before you decide to change that. I don't know if, but I'm just trying to stop y'all from going into bad health. I am 81 years old. I've never had a headache in my life. My mother had 7 kids. I'm the oldest of 7. She had 2 that didn't have headaches, never had a headache. My brother Kenny, he's 75 years old. I'm 81 years old, never had a headache in my life. I am not on any kind of pharmaceutical medications, none. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. I don't have any ailments. I had breast cancer. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm a stroke survivor. But a positive attitude has carried me through both of those situations. That's what I'm going to call them. Okay. Yeah. Positive attitude. My son said, Ma, you had breast cancer and you acted like nothing happened. Then he said, Ma, you had a stroke and you acted like nothing happened. Hey, I felt like nothing happened. My whole attitude ain't never been nothing but positive. And I was having hot flashes like 40 going north. Let me tell y'all something. I was having hot flashes a few years ago. About every 20 minutes, I was having a hot flash. And let me tell you, but I would tell Pap, I said, if this is the worst thing that's ever going to happen to me, I'll gladly take it. Positive attitude. Like it could always be worse, y'all. Be grateful. Okay, so now, where was I? I'm talking about forgiveness. Oh, I was talking about Patricia. See, I rewound. I got back. So I was talking about Patricia. Patricia had been watching my lives for I don't know how long, and I always talk about forgiveness. I cover the same 4 pillars in every live that I do, but every live that I do is unique. It's different. Okay, so I'd say things that this live is not scripted, other than the 4 pillars, and I know them by heart, okay? I could say them in my sleep, okay? So, but now Patricia had been watching my lives. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Yeah. Over 40 years, she'd been holding a grudge against her mother. So she had been watching my lives, like I said, and I always talk about forgiving people. Ah, okay, welcome. So she forgave her mother. Now that's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days that they didn't spend together or all these other days, okay? This past Mother's Day, they spent it together. They spent it together. So she came up. This is on one of my TikTok lives. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. She came up as a guest on my live and shared with us what a beautiful experience it was to be reunited with her mother after over 40 years of holding a grudge. And you see, you must forgive, y'all. Those are the 4 examples that I have for you. So some people, yeah, congratulations, Patricia. Some people insist on keeping the grudge or keeping the resentment or keeping the unforgiveness. But hey, that's on them. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And I do not expect to reach 100% of the people who listen to the advice that I share, okay? So now that is the way you forgive. You must forgive in order to go on to a healthy road for your positive attitude. Now, those are the words for the negative attitude: anger, resentment, and holding grudges, lying, and dishonesty, all of that. You can choose to have a positive attitude at any minute in your life. And these words will guide you on your path to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here are the words: joy, that's the first one. I love it because it's the first 3 letters of my name. Peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. So those words will guide you. Now, I'm always talking about positive attitude, negative attitude. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. I'm going to repeat that. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio. 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 Now I'm going to ask you this question. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. And I'm going to explain fully what a ratio is, how you do it, and all of that. I'm going to explain it completely. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? And I'm only looking for responses that say no, okay? Because if you've been on my lives before, you know the answer. So come on, give me some responses that say no. Tara, I want responses that say no. Come on, give me some responses that say no. If you don't know that you live your life by a ratio, you're going to love this. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Earth Angel. Thank you. Thanks, Laura, Sheba, Lorraine. Okay, Venice. Now, a ratio is a very simple tool. A very simple tool that will definitely, I said, not maybe, I said, not possibly, it will definitely help you to better control your life. Yes. 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 A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. Now, your ratio is you set it, you control it, only you set it, nobody else has anything to do with it. This is your ratio. You and you alone. Set it, control it, adjust it, and all of that. A ratio is, you set it. If you set it too high, you can lower it, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. If you set it too low, you can raise it, and it's you can adjust it at any point. Now, my ratio is 80-20. 80-20. That means 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode, okay? 20% of the time, I can be, you notice I didn't say I was happy. I can be in the negative attitude mode, okay? Now back over to the positive attitude mode. In the positive attitude mode, my ratio is 80-20. So that means that 80% of the time I'm in the positive attitude mode. That means that 80% of the time I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time I do what is fair, what is right, what is honest, what is kind, what is considerate. All of these positive traits and characteristics. That's what I do 80% of the time. So now some people have chosen 75-25 or 60-40. You can choose whatever you want. 80-20 is not personal to me. I don't own it. So anybody can choose 80-20 as well, if that suits you. So now, for the negative part of my ratio is 20%. That means that 20% I'm in the negative attitude mode, but that negative attitude mode can never include three things. It can never include physical abuse. That means you cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. Number two, you cannot be verbally abusive to anybody. You cannot cuss them out. You cannot insult them. And then number three, thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice, and I was happy to do so. So that means you cannot say anything ugly to anybody. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So I was happy to include that. So that negative attitude mode, as long as it does not include physical abuse, verbal abuse, or ugly tone of voice, you're okay. You got that? Yeah. So did that, come on, y'all, give me some responses. Did having that ratio, did I explain that accurately from my mind to y'all's mind? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I have 128 people on here. And I sure would like for y'all to share this live so that it'll open up the possibility that I will get more people to hear the advice that I'm sharing. Free advice. Okay, come on. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. No physical and verbal abuse. Okay. Wonderful. Great. Yes. No, it can't be 100%, honey. Nothing is 100% but God. Yeah. That's why you live your life by a ratio. You can't be 100%. It's impossible. Okay. So now, that's the ratio. Now I'm going to tell y'all how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. And that's all you need to do is you write programs and you say your programs out loud, and you can change any behavior that you have. You cannot change other people's behavior, so don't be trying that stuff, okay? I cuss like a sailor, y'all, but so you know what I would have said instead of stuff. Okay, so now, but I don't cuss on my lives. She's the Oracle from the Matrix, so I got to get a screenshot of that. I read these screenshots to Pep. He's asleep right now, and when he wakes up, I read screenshots to him. Oh yeah, just keep working on it. Always be aware, and then you have a positive attitude that makes you aware of your own behavior. It sinks you in with yourself. Okay, so now you can change any behavior that you have. So here is the fake behavior that I'm going to tell y'all. And then I'm going to write the program to overcome the fake behavior. Okay, so y'all get the point. So now, here is the behavior. It's not what I do. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. That's the behavior. Here is the program that I write to overcome that behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. And the next days, weeks, months go, and you're still eating 10 cookies. Okay, yeah. So all that does, when you have your own ratio, if it's mine is 80-20, that means that 80% of the time, I will stick to my program and eat 10 cookies, 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I can slide. I can slip up. I can't, but you're really not sliding or slipping up because that 20%, you can go back up to 11 cookies. You can also go back up to 12 cookies, okay? But most of the time, I'm going to eat 10 cookies, like the program that I wrote said, okay? So y'all see how you can do that? You see how you can do that? I had one young lady who had an eating disorder, and she used it. She put a comment on my live. It was a TikTok live, and she had an eating disorder. She went from eating, this is the comment that she said, I was at 6 meals a day, then 5, then 4, now 3 because of her advice. And she's saying because of the advice that I shared, you know. So she had an eating disorder. She went from 6 meals a day to 3. So, you know, so you can use that behavior, the example that I gave you, and you can place it on any behavior that you have. But I told you, you cannot change other people's behavior. And I think that's what's a big part of the problem that's wrong with this world. People so busy trying to change other people's behavior. And the person that you're trying to change the behavior from, now I'm talking not, this is 18-year-olds or up. You can change a kid's behavior. I'm going to get into that too. So you when you are fussing at them or trying to make them change their behavior, they may not say anything, but they probably looking at your behind and saying, you need to be working on yourself. You see? So if we all would work on ourselves, somebody said right there in the comments about she cussing, she trying to stop cussing so much. Well, I ain't trying to stop. I just do it I don't cuss on my lives, but whoo, honey, I let it rip. I love to cuss. Excuse me. Both my parents cursed. Or cussed, I like to say. Both of them cussed, but they didn't say half, they're both gone now, but they didn't say half the stuff I say. Like I said, I love to cuss. So now, that's what I'm telling you. You can change any behavior that you have. You have. So now, let me think here. Inner peace and outer peace. Spirit came to me in June and said something about there's such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? Whoa, okay. Spirit explained. Inner peace can never be disturbed. Inner peace can never be destroyed. Outer peace can be disturbed. Outer peace can be destroyed. Outer peace is like you are trying to study or trying to sleep, and somebody in the room is making noise, or somebody downstairs or down the hall or across the street or wherever is making noise. That's your outer peace. Every state in this country probably has a law on the books in the law enforcement for disturbing the peace. Hey, Kyle, disturbing the peace. So you can actually call the cops on somebody for disturbing the peace. That's outer peace. Now, if anybody in your family is doing things to disturb your peace or saying things to disturb your peace, you must let them know. You have the responsibility to let people know that they are disturbing your peace. Nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace, and that includes your own mama, okay? Nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace without you saying something. Now, here's what I suggest you say. Always be kind, okay? Oh, yeah, the environment is the outer peace. Always be kind when you tell people, especially people in your family, people, period. Always be kind to everybody. It helps you get into heaven. Okay? So be kind. So you tell them, I love y'all dearly. I really and truly do. But when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Give them enough time. They don't have to change their behavior because you told them that. But you still got to be patient and be kind, be diplomatic, and all of that good stuff. So give them enough time to change their behavior and watch them. And if they don't, then you can come back and come back at them and say, now, I told y'all I love y'all dearly. But I also told y'all when y'all do such and such or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Come on, y'all, share the live. I'm going to still be on here for about another half an hour and open up the doors for the possibility that other people will join this live and hear the advice that I'm sharing with all of y'all. So you tell them that you told them before that they're disturbing your peace, what they're doing or saying. And now you tell them y'all are still doing it. So that leaves me no choice. I absolutely must protect my peace. Okay? So I give you 3 options. Option number 1. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate everybody for sharing this live. I really do. So continue to share it, please. I still have at least another half an hour on here. So the advice that I share, I would love for a lot more people to hear it. YouTube says I have 118, and now it went down to 101. Man, I don't know about these number keepers or whatever. Okay. I don't know about all of that, Yo Jackie. So 3 alternatives. You got 3 options. Option 1, I have to feed y'all with a long handled spoon. Option 2, I have to love y'all from a distance. Or option 3 is I have to stop coming around y'all. Yeah. And then you can come up with another option if you want to do that. So now, that's how you deal with people in your family or friends, whomever, who are disturbing your peace. So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, come on, y'all, share and subscribe like Shelster's asking. Here's your mama disturbing your peace. And here you are getting your peace disturbed. Okay? So now you tell your mama. Now, all of these actions take place after you write that program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay? After you write that program. So you tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly. I really do. But when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. You see? So some mamas would say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. Okay? So now, when you write that program, when you say from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, You raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. You see, you're up here now. Your mama's still down here, but you know you are no longer on that vibration, on that frequency. You raised it when you wrote that program and said it out loud. Now you are able to look at your mama, at her behavior, and it doesn't bother you anymore because you're on another frequency. You're on a higher vibration. You understand? Now, did that come through to y'all? Did I do that effectively? Come on, give me some response. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Did that come through? Was I effective in conveying that from my mind to y'all's mind? Come on, y'all. Give me some responses, y'all. Oh, good. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. Great. Okay, that's good. So, wonderful. Now, I want y'all to know that a negative attitude repels inner peace. A negative attitude repels spirit. A positive attitude attracts inner peace. A positive attitude attracts spirit. Oh, thank you for the subscriptions, y'all. Appreciate it. Okay. So, this is you in the form of spirit, in the form of inner peace. And you're just flitting around. You're just flitting around, okay? And would you land on a person who had a negative attitude or who has a negative attitude? Would you? I sure as hell wouldn't. No way. Yeah. See? Yeah. So, no, I wouldn't do that. So, but now, I'm finished with pillar number 1. Positive attitude. I told y'all, you write the program. And you can write that program. I know I'm getting responses. At any minute in your life, choose to have a positive attitude. And a positive attitude is a lifelong process to maintain. And it's fun, though. It is really fun. Yes, every day is a present, for real, from God. So now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I'll tell you exactly how you increase your level of patience, but I always start with the toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, you want to know that you can teach them toddlers patience. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on a timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Always use a timer throughout the exercise or throughout the lesson that you're teaching that toddler. Do that several times at 5 minutes and stretch it to 10 minutes. Do that several times at 10 minutes and stretch it to 15, all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Yes, that's what you're going to be doing. And Spirit came to me and said, Joyce, you can tell your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, I'm sure some of you are interested. And I'm going to tell you that I'm going to count to 10. I'm going to drink some tea. And you need a piece of paper and something to write with. So I'm going to give you time to get that while I drink some tea. I'm going to count to 10 while I drink this tea. Then I'm going to come back and tell y'all what the exercise is. It's fun. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Went down the wrong way. I got cinnamon in there. Ooh. Cinnamon is good for your blood sugar. So, on that piece of paper, excuse my voice, y'all. I'm okay. I just have to talk it out. On that piece of paper, write down the time it is right now. Doesn't matter where your time zone is. And then put the piece of paper away. And some point later, doesn't matter how much time goes by, try to guess the time it is at that particular point. Excuse me, y'all. It should be a little bit better, okay? So not only will you be teaching yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, you will be teaching yourself, this is a lifelong lesson. You won't need the paper and pencil or whatever you got to write with. I do it all the time. And if you wake up by using an alarm clock, the next time you wake up and the alarm hasn't gone off yet, try to guess what time it is. This will teach you how, it's nettle, that's right. This will teach you how to, what you'll be doing is you're zeroing in on the second hand. So you will be feeling elapsed time. So can you use that exercise? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. I got 111 people on here. Come on, give me some responses. Yeah, this is nettle and rosemary. See, the voice is clearing up. It's sweetened with honey. I have coconut oil in there, cinnamon, and I just did my physical on October 20th. Last year, my A1C was 5.9. This year is 5.6, and I'm thinking it's because of that. I take cinnamon and coconut oil, 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, and 2 tablespoons of extra virgin unrefined coconut oil. I take it in my tea every single day. But that is the way you will teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And if you are raising toddlers, I highly recommend getting this book, Mother's Dozen, An Easy Recipe for Raising Great Kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. And I don't speak Spanish, so this one is Mother's Dozen, An Easy Recipe for Raising Great Kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Okay? This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire for real. 48 pages. And I say there's 12 ingredients to raising great kids. And I talk about patience because now I'm talking about patience, pillar number 2. The last ingredient is patience. Okay? So now if you're 10 years old or older, you can teach yourself how to increase your level of patience. You do it by writing a program. The program says, I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am learning how to increase my own level of patience. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everybody that's sharing this live. I really do. Thank you so much, because I would love to be able to share this with a whole lot more people. This advice that I share with y'all will help you to undifficult your lives. So, 10 years old or older, make yourself wait, especially if it's something that you are fiending for and something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Make yourself wait. So that's the way you increase your own level of patience. Now, pillar number 3 is stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You start to lose power when you become angry. Thank you. So and you start blustering and blubbering, and you're all animated, and you're jumping around, and ooh, you're just losing control. So Spirit came to me in one of my lives this year, earlier part of the year, TikTok live, and told me to use the word neurons. I had never, ever, not ever, used the word neurons in my lives. I had a vague knowledge of what neurons part of the brain. That's all I knew. And so I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So when you're calm, your neurons are going like this in your brain. They're just communicating with each other. They're going past each other softly, smoothly, or whatever. When you're angry, here's what your neurons are doing, okay? When you're angry, don't do that to yourself. Now, that was during my live between 4 and 5:15 a.m. Later that evening, around 7 or 8, Spirit came back to me. Thanks, Trey. Here's my hand. Honest to goodness, it blew my mind. Spirit came back to me and told me to look up what neurons do. I obeyed. I truly did. And here I Googled it. And this is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. Hey, Honda Accord. They help different parts of the brain to communicate. That's why you cannot make good decisions. That's why you can't think straight. Because your neurons are messed up. I'm still straightening out my throat, y'all. So do yourself a favor. The next time you think about becoming angry, remember your neurons. You want them to do this, not this. You see? Your neurons. Stay calm. Okay? Come on, give me some responses. Did that help you? Did that helpful hand visual, did it clarify the point I was trying to make? Come on, y'all, give me some responses. YouTube says now I have 74 people on here. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Thank you. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's always a choice, honey. Always. All of life is a choice. We don't get to choose when we die. So death is off the table. But everything else, just about everything else is a choice. Very good. There. Good. Good. See, that's when if you don't believe there is a choice, then you're putting the bars around yourself. Yeah. Well, there are some cases where, if it's a medical condition. Okay, so I'm not talking about that. If you don't have any medical conditions, so just try it. Just try the advice that I share. If it works for you, fine, beautiful. If it doesn't, just throw it away. It's just that simple. Okay? No pressure. Now, that is pillar number 3, stay calm. There are only 4 pillars, y'all. And the 4th pillar is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, whatever ugliness is inside of you. Yeah, I asked for feedback, but if it can't work for you, then that's fine. I don't expect 100%. Under no circumstances. So some people think that it won't work for them. That's fine. Okay? So now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. Nothing in life is permanent. No situation, no scenario, no nothing. This too shall pass. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say he passed last week. She passed yesterday. Okay? This too shall pass. Those 4 words will lower 90% of the time, it will help to lower whatever ugliness is inside of you. This too shall pass. So the next time you're getting chewed out by your mama, the next time you're getting chewed out by your daddy, remember, they cannot read your mind. You see? They cannot read your mind. So be sitting there or standing there or whatever, getting chewed out, and they can't read your mind. So be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. And that will help to get you through it. You see? Yeah. This too shall pass. I say it all the time. You know, don't get upset because nothing lasts, you know. Yeah, so just, you can, YouTube replays my lives. They post them. So you can check out Joyce Fields' live. I think it's under that. So, all right. So now, those are the 4 pillars. If y'all have enjoyed my live, you can do a video telling everybody what you got out of the advice that I share, or a post or something, or tag me, and help me spread the word about the lives that I do. If you got something out of it, there's a possibility that others will too. So help me spread the word. Now, I always close my lives down with, I'm going to go over the 4 pillars again. And I'm also going to tell y'all about the books at goodshortbooks.com. I just put up a video on October 22nd. Yeah. And the video's entitled Joyce Fields Good Short Books Video 10/22/2025. So I just put the date on there so y'all will know that it is. So go there, and the video, it's a fun video, and it describes all 11 of the nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. Oh, thank you. And I've had long nails since I was 12 years old, and I'm 81 now. So it describes all the books. It shows the cover and then a brief description of what the book is about. So there are 11 fabulous nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. My sister wrote 1, and I wrote 10. I had no idea I was going to write 10 books. That's just the way Spirit, God, the universe works in my life. I did not know. That wasn't one of my dreams or desires or anything else. But God had put the words in me, and they just flowed right out. So it was really something. So there are 11 nonfiction books there. They are all true to the website's name. They are good and they are short. The longest book we have is 167 pages, and that includes 22 pages of pictures. It's my first book that I wrote. It's entitled Line of Serenity. 22 pages of pictures and 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant and that I am an incredible cook. So I love to cook. It's like I love doing these lives. So there are 11 nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com in 9 different genres. And the genres are memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Okay? So those are the 9 different genres. And the books are flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming onto my lives and they're learning about the books. See? So the books will delight you, they will inspire you, they will motivate you, they will entertain you, they will encourage you, all kinds of good stuff. So now, I always close my live with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's 167 quotes that I coined, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old, and that quote states, "Never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith." I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. That's what I said. I don't remember saying it. I was 15. And I didn't know I was coining a quote. Now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I knew I was coining a quote, and I do remember saying it. So this was 2011 or 13, and this was for a quote contest. My hair is tickling my ears. It's for a quote contest. And so I coined this quote. It was for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. So I coined it and submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. And I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. "It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream." I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't poo-poo anybody else's dream, and don't allow anybody to poo-poo yours, okay? Chase your dream. Now, this book is 90 pages, like I said. It's 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. And this is a 90-page book. This is what's on page 90, the end. Oh, thank you, Tara. Thank you. So I'm going to open up the floor, and y'all can throw out page numbers 6, that's page 6 to 89, and I will read the quotes, the 2 quotes on that page. Page 11 is the page on which it's better to die chasing a dream never caught. That's what page 11, that's where it appears. So, all right, Lynn wants page 18. Okay, at the top of page 18, do things that put you on God's good list. At the bottom of page 18, today's children are tomorrow's teachers. Instruct them well. Okay. Page 33. Page 33 is for GB. At the top of page 33, be a leader, not a follower. Always think for yourself. At the bottom of page 33, don't take life for granted. Tune in. Be aware. Okay. Page 13 for Evan. At the top of page 13, if you were on your deathbed, what would you wish you had or had not done? Do it or stop it now. At the bottom of page 13, your words can be like rose petals or razor blades. Can you live by those quotes? All right, page 23 is for Tara. At the top of page 23, don't think in terms of tasks to be done. Think in terms of time to devote to task. I'm going to come back to that one. At the bottom of page 23, to other people, we all are other people. Now back up to the top of page 23. Don't think in terms of tasks to be done. Think in terms of time to devote to task. And I think this is a good quote for everybody that they can use this, because this is what I do. I don't think about, oh God, I got to go in there and clean up this kitchen. I think about, okay, I'm going to take the next 30 minutes of my life and see how much I could get done in this kitchen. So only one of maybe three things. Either you're going to do 30 minutes and you will finish it before 30 minutes, or you will do 30 minutes and you won't finish it and you will just leave it to finish it whenever, or you'll do 30 minutes and you're not finished, but you'll go ahead on and do it. You see, one of three things is going to happen. So don't think in terms of the fact that you got this chore to do. Think in terms of how much time you're going to devote to it today, okay? So will that help y'all? Come on, give me some responses. Will that help y'all? Give me some responses, y'all. Come on. Give me some responses. Oh, good. Okay. All right. So now I lost the pages now. So y'all put your page numbers back in there. In the meantime, can y'all live by those quotes that I read you? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Put some more page numbers in, y'all. I'm gonna go till 540. Page 6 to 89. All right. Page 75 for Adwoa. Page 75. At the top of page 75, let others brag about your good deeds. At the bottom of page 75, we are all being watched. Act accordingly. The universe is watching everything we do and hearing everything we say. Okay, page 8 for Anissa. At the top of page 8, teachers should have the highest pay because they teach us all. At the bottom of page 8, count your blessings. Millions of people would love to trade their problems for yours. Okay, so now, all right, I did page 8. So now, if y'all enjoy these quotes, now, my TikTok, I still post to TikTok every day. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok, so I still post there. But the only thing is I don't do my lives on TikTok anymore. I do my lives here on YouTube. I don't do my lives on TikTok because two reasons. They started to mess with the freedom of speech stuff. I didn't like the restrictions. And they increased their prices for subscribing. Now, be that as it may, I have 125 subscriber-only videos up. And if you want to subscribe, if you love quotes, you can still subscribe. I'm not doing any more, but there's 125 of them. And I beautified the quotes out of the book. And this is beautified. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. And this is beautified. So I beautify the quotes. I got 125 of them that I've already done. And it's 167 quotes in this book, and I've done 125 subscriber-only videos. Oh, some of them, fewer than 10 of them are pieces, not the quotes, but pieces that I have stored, treasures that I kept, and I expand on those. So if you want to subscribe, the username is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7. That's my username over there. But I have over 53,000 followers, and I still post. And I got a lot of really good, useful content, y'all, over there on my TikTok page. I got a lot of content here on YouTube, but I have a lot more on TikTok. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live. Oh, you know what I did? It's funny you asked that, Tara. She said, well, I guess y'all can see it. Miss Joyce, if we wanted an autographed book, how could we go about getting one? What I've done is I hand wrote a note for people who have ordered the book. And then, so you send, I'll exchange emails. And my email is goodshortbooks@yahoo.com. That's my email address, goodshortbooks@yahoo.com. So you send me the thing that shows that you purchased it, and then I will send you, it'll be a screenshot, and it's on pretty paper and all of that. It's handwritten, and that's the way that me and Pap decided that how I could autograph books. So it's just, and I can email it back to you. So that's the way I'm going to do it, y'all. If anybody else is interested in having me autograph a book for them, then that's the way I would do it. So thank you for joining my live. And thanks for that question, Tara. I appreciate that. I really want y'all to help me spread the word. So do a video or a post telling people what you got out of the advice that I share, okay? So thanks for joining my live, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, and check out the video, Joyce Fields Good Short Books Video 10/22/2025. So, oh, I feel like a messenger, girl. Let me tell you something. I feel like a vessel totally being used by God. I had no clue I was going to be doing this kind of stuff, for real. But I love doing it because I live, and I tell Pap, I live a virtually stress-free life. And I'm telling y'all what the advice that I use, that I share with y'all, it will help you to live a virtually stress-free life as well. So come back tomorrow, y'all. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Later, y'all.